everyone, and this is Big Al of 702 Sports with my 702 Sports family. JP.
What's up, Big Al?
What's up, JP? Seth to the left.
Seth.
And we are produced and created by Creation for Cause.
Whoop, whoop.
Let's go.
Sponsored by Jersey Mike's and Gerald
Yeah.
System.
Let's go.
And proud supporters of Best Buddies and the Care Complex. But we have Plasma P.
Hello, everyone. It has been a week since I have seen you, and it is so lovely to be in this lovely apartment. Hello.
And we got Disco Wallow on the throne. Look at that beautiful throne.
I just had to bask myself in this lovely, lovely ottoman couch so I could get this beautiful view out here. Oh, I just love it. I'm finally amongst my own, I do.
And there's Barry the Bear co-cooling. Barry, you the coolest.
He is the coolest.
And let's not forget about Olivia.
Hello, everyone. It's so lovely to be back with you guys. Mwah.
But guess what, guys? Everybody, we are here at the comedian Angie Krum's beautiful Skyloft apartment. Seth, JP, talk about it.
Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful views. You can see the sphere to the left. Unabated view to the sphere. Beautiful apartment.
Smack dab in the world's famous Las Vegas Strip, guys. This place is absolutely incredible. You got to come here.
And we just
Well,
want to thank
not to
Miss
her.
Krum,
Not
too.
her condo, but you know what I mean. Maybe not. You got to ask all of us first. Angie, I invited everyone to come over here. Is that okay? All right. There you go. You heard
Is
it.
that Miss Krum in the background? Wave to America, Miss Krum.
Welcome at my place. Come on over.
It's always a party.
When I first got a chance to see her, I seen her at Jeff Mullet's 28th Super Bowl bash, and when she came in, I gave her it's like I knew her forever. She smiled, bam, gave her a great big hug. I kissed her hand because I'm that gentleman, and guess what? She turned around and kissed my hand. I thought that was incredible. But the interesting thing about her name, because I'm a big moviegoer, right? Back in the days, watching the first Conan. Who did Conan and them? Who was their god? Krum. So as I'm in my shower, I'm like, I'm going to see Queen Krum. You know what I mean? So I was hoping that would get Angie a laugh. You know what I mean? Because not too many people remember the original Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, but before he was the Terminator, he was Conan. And he pledged to Krum. And there is Krum right there. 702 blessed with some legendary right here, okay?
We love you, Angie. We love you.
Queen Krum.
Sports and movie trivia. We love it.
But we got one thing that's coming up we want to talk to you guys about, which is the Women of Wisdom by Lavette Smith. This woman is beautiful. I've known her for 6 years. She is going to have a conference, right, on March the 23rd, Wednesday, March 23rd. It's going to be great. It's going to be live singing there. It's going to be a lot of women there about getting women and just letting women know about what's really going on. You know, about abuse, verbal abuse, mental abuse. There's a lot that 702 that she has to say, and especially with her people that's going to be there, and we get to be there. So, Ms. Smith, I can't thank you enough about that. And Best Buddies is having their buddy walk, and that's going to be big. And we get to be there, interviewing all the people from Best Buddies, and that's taking place in May. I don't want to give you a date, steer you wrong, but stay tuned for 702, and we will. Maybe Olivia might have that day.
May 4th.
May 4th.
Star Wars Day. Come on.
Star Wars Day.
May the 4th be with you.
And I'm a big Star Wars fan. You don't know the power of the dark side. Big Darth Vader fan. I love it.
I love it, too.
I love it. So we just want to go ahead and talk about some sports and some recap. Fellas, I'm just waiting for baseball. The Dodgers are loaded. They're loaded. They picked up a big at bat from the Blue Jays, as well as like pitching staff, 3 pitchers, right? John Paxton that came, the lefty from Seattle, right? As well as Ohtani, not even that all-star. I mean, that guy, he's not even pitching this year. He's just hitting.
Well, I would say the Dodgers have definitely won the offseason, but, that's why they play the game and they play it on the field. I just wonder, it just always never seems to quite go how you think it's going to go, right? Like a team tears, makes a bunch of good acquisitions.
True.
Was already positioned good the years before. So, the Dodgers have played well. They signed,
They signed
Freeman a couple years ago from the Braves. That was a big move. I think they've been building, and Clayton Kershaw, I think, is going to come back still.
Yeah.
And probably come back. He's been injured quite a bit in the last few years. So
they re-signed him for 1 year.
They signed him for 1 year. So I think everything's there for the Dodgers, but that'll be a question all year. I just wonder, hey, will they live up to the hype? So we'll see.
We've seen this game in other sports, going all in, building an all-star team and it not working out. So, and it's the Dodgers, so they fall apart.
But I guess
season.
And baseball's a long season anyway, but I think it always kind of goes that way somehow. Like very rarely do you have a team win the offseason, make all these acquisitions, hey, we're just going to run through it, and them actually run through it and do it. So, and I'm not saying it won't happen, but I think that's what's intriguing for sure going into this year for baseball.
As an A's fan, I got to hate a little bit because, their players, they have one player who makes more than the entire A's roster. So I would like to see baseball in general, change something to make it a little more fair, maybe like football-wise, you know what I mean?
And speaking of the A's, since we're talking about baseball, again, they're talking about not even coming here till 2028. But other than that, playing next year in Oakland, but trying to find out where they're going to play years after that. Like I heard, like Utah.
But I will say they did say as far as Major League Baseball, I read Major League as MLB is still saying 2028 they will be playing here in Vegas.
So would they play
it's interesting
in the ballpark in Summerlin, AAA park?
They didn't say where, but it says baseball. MLB is still talking as though they're going to be here. But also, I saw something this morning that was interesting. They were talking about how 2 new franchises coming. They mentioned Nashville, and I'm trying to remember the other city. But also, they talked about realigning all the divisions,
switching up a little bit. I like
so talked a little bit about in the article. Whether would that be kind of changing the Central because, which is interesting as a Tigers fan, which I'm, grew up a Detroit fan. The Central Division has kind of been for sure weak the last few years. Yeah. So they're like, hey, we don't want to make it so easy for that division to just have a pathway to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. It's very interesting. With
once we've been following baseball, remember when we were starting the show? Thank you. I love to remember things. We were talking about all that in baseball, right? And if you ask anybody right now outside of BGC Sports Network, because we love BGC Sports Network, and thank you for being a proud supporter of us and us to you. Thank you, Daryl Day, Cedric Bailey. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you could talk to anybody outside of BGC Sports Network, because why? They're in Dallas, in Texas. Ask anybody outside, hey, Seth, or hey, Joe, who won the World Series? Who won the title? I guarantee you wouldn't get a straight answer.
It was a quiet World Series.
Because it was a quiet World
Very
Series,
quiet.
right? And we know the Texas Rangers won it.
But I think for being historic too, for a franchise's first ever World Series.
But I think that goes back to
but it's not a household name.
Yeah. But I think that's what I said earlier. It's like, would you have said, would we talk last year, hey, going into the season in February, March, April, hey, we think the Texas Rangers are going to win the World Series?
We'd be like, no.
Nobody's thinking about that. So that's what I'm saying in a weird way with the Dodgers. Can they win the World Series? Absolutely. Will they? Possibly. But will they win for sure? Absolutely not.
They need more stars. Like football, there's so many stars.
Speaking of stars, guess what? We got a star that's coming on. And you remember when we did Crashing Wayward?
Yeah.
Vegas' best new rock band?
Amazing.
Remember that?
Yes.
Guess what? We got Peter Summit here
can't wait.
coming back off his tour.
Exciting.
Coming
right now.
Queen Krum.
I heard they're coming and the date. Rylee got a special date with Peter Summit, and they're going to show up soon.
Really?
Thank you, Olivia. We got to talk about that. Where did they go eat? I heard they went and ate at some restaurant, right?
Something fancy, I heard. Taco Bell, I think.
Ooh, the Cantina.
Oh, they went to the border. Run to the border and back. Can't wait to hear about that. Hey, that had a jingle to it. Hey, but dig it. Check it out. Baseball is all about pitching. Me being a Yankee fan, I never want to believe that because I'm just thinking offense. And if you've been chipping away, chipping away, this is the Dodgers' year because we know they can win. I'm a Yankee fan. I'm telling everybody, I'm a Yankee fan, but I just got to give it up to where it's at. The offseason, they win 100 wins in their sleep, right? Now, look at it. They got Ohtani, but look at the pitchers they got.
They're great regular season.
They picked up Yamamoto. He was the #1 pitcher in Japan. Okay, and if we know anything about Asian pitchers, just go ask Ohtani. Right, go ask Ohtani that. Okay, so they picked up Yamamoto. They picked up John Paxson, which is a lefty. They picked up 2 more other pitchers I just don't know off the top of my head. They've got a bat with Ohtani. He's just hitting this year. That guy, I'm predicting right now, out of this mouth to that camera to you guys' ears, is that do not be surprised that Ohtani hits 45 home runs. 45. Clock it.
Clock it.
Clock it. Now the Yankees, we picked up Juan Soto. Padres let him go. Rizzo finally has some help. That's gonna be talk about that right porch. Guess what? Soto only signed for 1 year. I found out, fellas. I'm sitting over here like, what? Cashman? What? General manager Cashman. What are you doing? They just want to see what his production is.
Yeah.
And guess what? Just when I was thinking about that, Juan Soto clocking 30 home runs. And they picked up Marcus Stroman. Remember him from the Cubs? They used to pitch for the Mets. Big game pitcher. They got Stroman. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I'm not really writing the check for the World Series. We had a crappy year. Judges in his 9th year.
I'm going to go out on a limb on this show, and it's not a limb. The Yankees will not go.
No, they will not.
But it's fine. I mean, it sounds good, and I know in football everybody wants to talk about Dallas every year.
Yeah.
The same kind of thing happens.
The
and
Yankees,
everybody
the Cowboys
thinks
of baseball.
the Yankees are automatically, destined, and that's where they belong. But that's why they play the game.
And I'm
So
gonna say
I mean,
the
they may
Dodgers
make the
fizzle out in
playoffs.
the postseason.
I hope not, but the Yankees are not. I'm going to say it right now. I don't know what else is going to happen, and I would put money on it. The Yankees will not go to the World Series this year.
I love it.
So Seth, when you and me were on our way here,
Yep.
right? Didn't you tell me, since we're recapping,
One sport we don't talk about too much on the show.
talk to the people in America. UFC had a really great card this weekend, right?
My God, guys. Topuria, my favorite fighter. I've been saying it for the last 2 years now. This guy will be a champion. Knocked out Volkanovski in the 2nd round. Knocked him out cold, too. Now, a lot of people are saying that Volk maybe came back a little too quickly off the Islam knockout about 4 months ago, and he probably did. Now, Volk's been a long-term champion for a long time, never lost in that weight class until last weekend, and he wants an immediate rematch. Now, Topuria, young kid, he's like 27, 26 years old, from Spain, Georgian fighter originally, bringing the UFC to Spain this summer, supposedly. I don't think Volk should come back right away after getting knocked out twice in a matter of 4 months, and they were not good knockouts. They were bad knockouts. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, I got to be honest. I mean, normally I like to run my mouth about everything, right?
Yeah.
At this moment, I'm going to stay silent.
And we got UFC 300 came out too.
Because I don't know anything about UFC.
Man, it's the best.
That's why I'm so blessed to have you here.
And UFC 300 got announced, although the way that Dana White kind of built up UFC 300, we all thought, McGregor was going to come back there. It was kind of a letdown, although to me, I'm a big UFC fan, so after the fight, from the card, from the prelims to the early prelims to the main event, is stacked from head to toe. But no McGregor on UFC 300. I know we're all looking forward to that, but it's stacked. UFC 300 is going to be absolutely amazing. And Topuria is going to be a champion for a long time. Put that to the bank. Trust me on that.
Well,
Trust me.
I like UFC. I just don't know that much about it. But I think since they're in our backyard, I mean, I'm going to kind of put it out there and hope somehow, we can get a conversation with Dana White, and it would be
That'd
cool.
be great.
The best part
Oh
of
my
UFC,
God.
guys,
Sports represent.
there's no
UFC
season.
my God.
It's all year round, all year. It saved us through the pandemic. The first sport to come out and bring people back. So
And
UFC has been incredible.
My
Maybe
lovely
we need
producer.
to do one of these weeks
Yes,
at the
producer
UFC
Anise.
headquarters. I don't know.
Producer Anise, you know what to
producer,
do.
can you
No pressure, but-
sprinkle some magic dust to get Dana White?
Maybe we'll see. Audience, we'll see. We'll see what we can do.
Use your
See
connections.
what I can do, and I'm pretty we'll get somewhere now.
I just want to let you guys know that Anise, my producer, and Mike, my editor, our editor. I mean, like the team, like they work so hard to. And this isn't an emotional moment for me. I'm okay. I'll get it together.
Again. We love it.
But Anise and Mike worked so hard to do this for you guys and for us. So again, I want to say, Mike, Anise, thank you. Celeste, Gearing, thank you so much. I know you guys are really. This is season 2, and 702 has to tighten up. We're gonna tighten up so we can give you guys the A+ quality that you expect from us. So I just want to tell you thank you. That just came from my heart to my soul to my mind to my mouth.
Yeah, and whatever platform you guys are watching this on, please subscribe, please like. Very important. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share the video. We need as much as we possibly can. Thank you guys. You're the reason we do this.
And here it is right here. I just want to put it right here. This is all homegrown, okay? We're not big. We're not NBC.
Yeah.
We're not TBS. We're just a homegrown production company that's just trying to do something for the community.
Smash that subscribe button.
And I also want to say we have to come back in 2 and 2 for our second segment with Peter Summit and Rylee and Precious. Thank you, Mark Matuello. Thank you so much. And Jersey Mike's with Jessa. Oh, yeah. So we'll be back in 2 and 2. Thank you. And welcome back to 702 Sports on the Sideline, produced and created by Creation for Cause. Hey, fellas, what do you think about how the night season been? It's after the NHL All-Star break. What do you think about that?
I mean, a little bit up and down. It can depend on our goalie, of course, but...
Who could that be? I don't know. Mark, could you go get that for us, please?
Always a surprise.
Always a surprise on OTS. Who could this be?
Man, 702 Sports, you never know who's going to show up.
Surprise guest coming. It's Rylee.
Oh.
And Peter.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Looking good, guys. Looking good.
They are back
Feeling
eating their special date at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Watch out. Oh. Almost a fumble. But look, Peter's great. That's why he stands so tall. We look.
I heard Taco Bell?
That's a little awkward.
I'll eat
What's
Jersey
up,
Mike's.
Oh, no, Chester, don't do that to
And
Chester, we can't
not
have
to
subs
step,
every
not
day.
to step on Taco Bell's toes, but Jersey Mike's is way better than Taco Bell.
Look, we can't have subs
Chester-
every single day. We got to switch it up a
Chester's
little bit.
passing out the delicious subs.
I'll do a little bang bang, Taco Bell and Jersey Mike's.
JP
Thank
getting
you.
his Seth.
Real quick, are you really a
What is
Chiefs
your
fan?
sub, Seth?
Oh, that's Seth.
Oh, there we go.
Seth,
There we go.
what is yours?
Bacon, turkey. Sorry, Dad, it's turkey bacon, I swear.
Turkey,
Thank you.
bacon. Me, I love the ham and roast beef
Oh, wow.
with mayo and lettuce and red onions.
You guys get yours the Mike's way?
What does that mean?
Put all the oil and vinegar on it. You never had it the Mike's way? Oh my.
No, I'm an amateur.
Oh, just next time you
Jersey
go there,
Mike's.
you just ask for the Mike's way. You won't regret it.
Would you do that though? I get the
Yes.
steak and
No matter
cheese
what,
one.
the
Even
Mike's
on a
way.
steak and
It's
cheese.
gotta be the
just
Mike's way.
love-
What was the Mike's way?
Chester
All right.
and the Jersey
so-
Mike's.
You guys went to Taco Bell?
We went to Taco Bell. It was Riley's choice, and what Rylee wants, Rylee gets.
Yeah.
The fancy Taco Bell on the strip, right?
I don't know. It was close.
It was close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Mommy.
Well, we
Well,
got a photo here.
ooh.
Yeah. Somewhere in Taco Bell.
That's great.
We heard you had a video from the date. Show us the video.
Yeah, let's see this video real quick.
Okay. And let me pull it up. And well, here it is.
So, Peter, check this out. You just came back from tour, huh? You and Crashing Wayward.
Yes. Yeah.
And that was on our 13th episode when we were there at you guys' studio.
Right.
Rocked it. Boy, you guys rocked it, man.
Yeah, thank you.
And I love how animated you were. Like, I look at it over and over and over again. I'm like, wow, we were there.
Yeah. Well, that's nothing. You got to come see us live if you haven't yet, because that's a whole other experience for sure. So.
And mommy.
What cities did you guys tour?
We did a short run. This was our very first time actually going out. So we did 5 cities, and then back to Vegas. So it was 6.
Where'd you guys go? All on the West Coast?
Down Midwest, we did Omaha, Nebraska, Des Moines,
Right on.
Iowa, a couple spots in South Dakota, Fargo, North Dakota, back here in Vegas.
Okay.
And to be technical, we started in LA a couple of weeks prior to the tour. So it was like a little 7-city run.
All right, not including Vegas. What was your favorite? Or LA? What was your favorite city on the tour?
Gosh, you know what? They were all great for different reasons. Iowa was actually in front of 4,000 people, so that was pretty awesome. I can get used to that. So, but everybody that came out was fully into it. They were fully invested, and I think they had a great time. So.
Did you guys drive to the different places?
We drove, yes. Yeah. A couple of guys flew in, the posh ones. I drove.
Now, where can they find more information about the band, future tours?
We're active on all social media at Crashing Wayward through all the social media platforms, but also crashingwayward.com is the best spot to find Crashing Wayward.
Guys, if you haven't checked them out yet, they are absolutely phenomenal. Al, I had such a great time over there. Thank you so much for letting us come to the practice, man.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So fun.
That was awesome. I mean,
I still feel like a rock star going there. I'm not even going to lie about it.
I did. And the coolest thing about it was, like I like rock. I love classic rock. You know, I'm from the 70s, 70s child.
Right.
But in high school was the 80s, was Wham. You know what I mean? George Michael, God rest his soul. Yeah. But in the 90s, I like Nirvana. So when I got a chance to see you guys, it took me back. It took me back to when I was 21 years old, listening to that funk rock.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when I heard your voice, I was like, wow. And seeing the guys, you know, the guitars, drummer, and I was like, it took me back. It made me feel young again.
Yeah, thank you. I think we have a little something for everybody, no matter what genre you do listen to. I think that even if you put us in a hardcore metal venue, there's going to be some, they'll resonate with us in some, you know, it's kind of, you know, I think we speak to a lot of people because we all come from the backgrounds of that 70s, 80s, 90s. I love R&B, new wave, rock. And everybody else in the band all has their different backgrounds and what inspires them. And we kind of just bring it all together into Crashing Wayward.
I want to ask that, Peter, because different musicians kind of talk about different people that influence. What were some heavy influences for you? Like who were some bands growing up that really inspired you?
So Beatles always, as far as bands, is always my number one. Then it would be Queen and Bee Gees. But Michael Jackson was probably the largest inspiration for me. David Bowie. There you go. Big Time Rush. Yeah, Jonas Brothers.
Big inspiration.
Absolutely. Yeah, Duran Duran, U2, even The Cult, you know, stuff like that.
There we go. Now, for our local Vegas listeners, so do you have any shows coming up locally? Are you guys taking a break after the tour? Or what are your future plans locally here?
Yeah, we just wrapped up last week. So right now we have a festival coming up in September, I believe in Wisconsin. I think it's Summerfest.
Oh, Wisconsin, okay.
Yeah, so we're doing that. And then there's talks of us going to some Asian countries, some Europe, and then some runs on the East Coast and back in the Midwest again. So fingers crossed.
There you go.
By this time this year, summer.
Now, when you're in Wisconsin, I know a lot of Green Bay fans, and one thing they tell me is you have to get Spotted Cow beer. I don't know what it is. Apparently, it's this beer that's only in Wisconsin, and they're obsessed about it. So get Spotted Cow beer. Bring some back if you could.
Yeah,
But you can
absolutely.
only get it in Wisconsin. Apparently, every Packer fan's obsessed with it.
Okay. Well, thank you for the advice, and I'll act like I know what I'm talking about. I
They
guess.
spotted cow beer.
And just to let everybody know, Crashing Wayward was nominated Vegas's best new rock band. Yes, I'll repeat that. Vegas's best new rock band. And Pete, how was that when you guys were at Sam's Town receiving that award? And my lovely producer was there, and Rylee was there, right? And I got a chance to just like catch some of the things. And were people really jamming to it? I mean, how did you feel just getting that award and you and the guys and just jamming to it?
Yeah, it was awesome to be recognized, you know. And then when we're performing, and then in the front row you have Billy Gibbons and Rick Nielsen, and then Ricky Rocket, and just anybody that was there that was kind of like the celebrity rock god status.
Wow.
Was watching you perform, and they're just, you're wondering what they're thinking watching you as they're just. But afterwards, talking to them, a lot of compliments. You know, everybody was really into it, and it was a surreal but awesome moment to be recognized and be able to perform in that capacity. And to see the footage, Rylee was there.
Right
Keith,
on.
Mike. Yeah, it was cool. To
Right
actually
on.
get that perspective
Hi, Mom.
there in their seats. And hi to Riley's mom.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, Riley's mom.
Hi, Mommy. I miss you.
So again, over here at 702 Sports, it's not about like with the sports. It's about the whole community. Crashing Wayward.
Mom.
We can just talk. You just got done talking to Pete.
I see.
Right, he's the lead vocalist.
He's going
right?
international,
I
too.
mean, they're like Vegas's best new rock band. Vegas entertainment community. They're here. He's here. Miss Krum, 14 years. 15 years. Queen Krum, comedian. She, community. Chester, Jersey Mike's general manager. She in 702, just blessed with all this greatness that we get every week.
Yep. Vegas is more than the Strip, and it's growing and growing and growing and growing. And
So again, I have to say, please, when you see this right here, this QR code, please support us. This is the back. This is the front right here. If you see this around town,
follow it.
pick it up, follow it, because this is homegrown. 702, and as you see, we have winners here. Winners in the community. Winners of the world. And soon, Women of Wisdom, March 23rd.
So I want to ask you too. Are you? You said you're from San Diego. Are you a sports fan? San Diego sports.
I grew up as I hate to say it, I was never really a San Diego sports fan. You know? I hate to.
We don't blame you.
Yeah. But
There's not much to be a fan.
they were just not really winners, you know. So it was kind of disappointing. Besides Tony Gwynn,
Yeah.
he was like, you know, Mr. San Diego for all of us. But I grew up. My family's from New York, so I always grew up a New York fan. Mets, especially 1986 Mets. But Yankees, of course, and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm an old school sports guy.
Right on.
What's your favorite sport?
It was baseball, but I love basketball. I love playing basketball. I love playing any sport, honestly.
Right on.
Yeah, so.
What basketball team do you favor?
Gosh. The Scottie Pippen era Chicago Bulls.
Yeah,
You know,
that was dominant.
I always liked Scottie Pippen because he wasn't the obvious. You know, I always wanted to go for the guy that wasn't getting. He was one of the greatest of all time. You know,
He was a Hall of Famer.
everybody liked Jordan, so I wanted to like Pippen. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
But I'd probably. It's been I don't really say I have a team any longer. I just kind of just watch, and I always go for the underdog. So
Until
Yeah.
Vegas, until we get our sports team here, guys, our NBA team.
Yeah. And we'll be getting that soon, too.
Yep. In Seattle.
Can't wait. Can't wait. So we're going to wrap up this segment right now, and we'll be back. Commercial break, and we're back to doing 2 and 2. Thank you.
I like that 2 and 2, like tough connection. Yeah.
Thank you for coming back to 702 Sports on the Sidelines.
Let's go.
And Now, you got Peter here. Pete, you were telling me in sports. Let's go back to that. 95 Bulls, right?
Right.
What do you think of the Bulls this year? Any type of flavor for them or nah?
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chessa, your team, the Chiefs.
But wait. Are you really a Chiefs fan?
I wasn't a Chiefs fan before, but honestly, like Taylor just helped it a little bit.
Oh my goodness. Swiftie.
She just cemented it.
She cemented
Yeah.
it. Okay. I like that.
I was a casual fan, now I'll go off her.
Now, JP, what do you think about the Lions? Can they make any type of run? You got them, for futures?
Don't give him bad memories.
Oh, I hate the Lions. I'm not a Lions fan. Just to remind the audience.
Do you think they'll go far?
No, I hope not. But I don't. I think the Green Bay. Luckily, I think the Green Bay Packers have quickly retooled, and I'm gonna say, and I know it's way early, but Green Bay's gonna win that division next year.
Wait. This whole time we thought you were like a hardcore Lions fan.
Oh no, you didn't.
Yes,
if you were not listening. So unfortunately, no. I've said very biased, which I try. Now that I'm on a sports show, I try not to use my bias. But I've hated the Lions since I was a young kid.
Yeah.
They've been one of. Well, I say they're one of the worst franchises in the NFL.
Damn.
Finally, now they made it back to the NFC Championship game, and I've been a Washington Redskin fan when they were called that since I was 6. I'm
AKA the Commanders.
So you
search of a new team. Well, I don't know. I'm not a Commanders fan at this point. So,
Exactly.
but why I mentioned that until this year, the best game I've ever seen until this year when San Francisco put them out of their misery was when Washington showed they didn't belong in the championship game and beat them. I think there was 6 sacks in the first quarter.
There's look at that, JP. Who is that? That's our.
Oh
You
man.
guys are very, very boring.
Man, who is this read right here?
What this?
We talking about March Madness.
We can talk about that.
You got your brackets made out yet?
It's a little early.
All knowing.
It's a little early.
I know everything.
Hey, you know who sucks this year though? Michigan.
You do.
Oh, Michigan does suck this year for sure.
That's our new puppet, Ollie.
Why does his voice sound so familiar?
The one I see puppet.
Oh,
And
nice.
this puppet knows all the futures. Sees in the future.
You said the Dolphins are going to win the Super Bowl next year? Is that what I heard?
No, the Golden Knights are.
Go Knights, go! Repeat.
Yes, the Golden Knights are going to win the Super Bowl. I totally agree with that. Is that
I like that tongue pierce.
Yeah, has that tongue piercing gone up to your brain a little bit there?
That tongue pierce is funky, Ollie.
It is. That's hard to talk. I thought it would help my look.
We got
I mean, it
puppets
looks
with
good.
swag.
I
Love it.
I donated an eyeball.
We got One-Eye Willie giving him a run for his money.
One leg with Willie.
Oh, one leg Willie.
Willie, you ain't said nothing all day.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, man.
Why is everybody missing a leg or an eye?
Nothing over here in this game. Nothing at all.
Would you rather miss a leg or an eye?
An eye. Much more miss an eye than a leg.
What?
How about you, handsome?
Oh, neither. I don't think.
You had to pick.
Jeez.
Ollie's over here
break a leg.
giving him some smooches and some side smooches over here for BGC Sports Network.
Hey, this is the most action I've had in years, guys.
We're just having some fun with our new puppet guest.
It's not one eye.
The seeing one eye seeing puppet. So we have a cast. Soon we're gonna be more famous than the Muppets. You just call us 702 Street.
Kid friendly too.
Hey, wait a minute. You're not looking at me.
Nah, he's lying. She's lying. I swear. She's definitely lying.
Is that comedian Angie Krum on the ground?
Is that Queen Krum?
Angie Krum?
Is that
Oh,
Queen
I knew it was a comedian.
That is Queen
Hi,
Krum.
everybody. How we doing?
We're doing super great.
Join
Yes, please join us.
Angie, please.
You know, I don't know anything about sports, but Ollie knows everything.
That's
It's
okay,
all about
Seth
the
doesn't
VGK. The VGK, everyone. Yeah, you guys want me to join the team? Should
Yes.
Please.
Should I embarrass the hell out of Seth? Where
You
I
should.
sit?
Seth doesn't.
There's
Seth
not a lot of
doesn't.
seats.
Should I just give him a piggyback ride?
Yeah, might as
I
well.
haven't had action for a while, so there we
And
go.
Seth doesn't know. And by the way, Seth doesn't know sports
You're lucky I'm
either.
not
Seth.
charging you for this. I might smash your sandwich. Ollie, what do you think?
That's not my sandwich.
This is the Las Vegas queen of comedy, Miss Angie Krum. Miss Krum, I was reading some of your bio. Girl, you have been on Fox, Showtime, ABC, Telamerica,
NBC.
How'd that happen?
You know, I've been on all the networks, you guys. I've had an incredible career. I've performed for stages, different countries, all over the country. Yeah, I've had an incredible career. It has been a wild ride, and it's crazy when you say it just keeps going up, because people think that means it's getting harder. No, it's getting better. I mean, look at where I live.
Yeah.
House.
Yeah. We're talking Sky Loft.
The views do not
is
suck.
Beautiful.
They do not
the
suck.
views do not suck, and my company does not suck. My hand puppet does not suck. She just talks crap to people. Yes, thank you for having me.
How did you get a spot on 702 Sports? This is amazing. Welcome.
Well, I met Miss Anise 22 years ago.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I started doing Anise's hair 22 years ago.
That's
when I
how it
first
happened.
moved
She
to
was
Las
doing your
Vegas.
hair.
Yes, I'm a hairdresser by trade, you guys. I moved here from Pine Top, Arizona, and I was so naive when I moved here. I pulled up to my friend's house that I was staying with, and she had a sign on her front door that said no solicitation. I go, is prostitution that bad? What a door. That's how stupid I was, you guys.
Salesman.
Yeah, and she goes, yeah, that's what she said to me. She goes, no, dummy. She goes, it's for door-to-door salesmen. I was like, well, I'm from Pine Top. I was like, that's what I thought solicitation was. I just thought it was hookers.
So we got Arizona. We got a desert gal here. I thought you was from the city with all that blunt humor. I thought you were from New York.
No, so everybody thinks, they're like, well, what part of New York are you from? And I go, it's called Pine Top.
Pine Top.
They're like, what part of the boroughs is that from?
That is great. We got Arizona that came to Vegas and turning it inside out. Oh my gosh, Miss Crow.
But also, it's like the part of Arizona I'm from. I grew up in the desert area until I was 11, and then my parents moved us up to the mountains because my dad is from Montana. And so he was like, we're either going to the mountains of Arizona or we're taking you guys to Montana. And my grandfather was like, you're not taking my grandkids away from me. So we moved up to the mountains of Arizona. So hunting, fishing, camping, it's like I grew up, that's how I don't have any brothers, so my dad raised us like boys. So yeah, I was raised like a horse.
Now, Angie, how did you get started in comedy, and also favorite comic, dead or alive?
George Carlin.
That's a good one. That's a classic.
I remember she told me that, George Carlin.
I saw him on HBO when I was 14 years old. They go, how is this man talking about religion, politics, anything offensive, but it's okay to talk about because he's making it funny.
Yeah.
So I fell in love with him and my little pine cone life. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that when I get older. But I knew I wanted to wait till I was 30 to get some life experiences under my belt. So when I turned 30, I said, okay, I was like, stop talking about it or do it. So when I turned 30, I started doing it. So this year in June will be 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Miss Krum, who's your favorite male comedian?
George Carlin.
No, I'm sorry. Female comedian.
Me.
Right on. It wasn't Bette Midler. Let me stop.
Oh, you are the wind beneath my wings.
Actually,
Joy Behar.
I did want to ask Angie, is there maybe an up-and-coming comic? Is there somebody that's newer that you're...
You know, people ask me these kinds of questions all the time, and a lot of the comics, like, nobody famous. A lot of the comics that I perform with, a lot of the Vegas comics, They are a cast of characters. There are so many of them that are individually unique that I always say that if for some reason I become famous and I get brought to the other side of the fence or whatever you want to call it, they are so good and they are their own brand. They always say you have to brand yourself, you know. So those guys, those girls, they are so good that I hope that it happens for them. And if it doesn't, I hope it happens for me so I can take them with me. And I can blow them up.
Yeah.
It's all about paying it forward and paying it back.
What are some of your favorite local comedy venues? I know Laugh Factory is going away because of Tropicana. Well, you're right. But more, you're right, local ones.
18 Ben, my friend Amir, they call him Amiracle. That's every Tuesday night. He showcases local comics. Across the street from that at The Artifice, my friend Mistress K. She runs a comedy show and then she does an open mic right after that. So he does his show at 18 Ben right across the street at The Artifice. And Mistress K, she's very interesting because she is a dominatrix as well. So she's a very fun character, but she is all about supporting local comedy. And then there's different stuff going on all over town. On Wednesday nights, my little sister of comedy, Naomi Starr, you guys were there last Wednesday at the Multi Box. She has a Wednesday show. She reminds me of me because I used to grind it out all the time. I had Tuesday, Thursday shows. I had Wednesday shows, open mics, showcases all the time. It's like, so again, it's like if you follow me on social media, if you message me on social media, I'll tell you what night, where to go. Also, another show on Wednesday nights is Rick's Rollin' Smokehouse Barbecue. It's right next to Pawn Stars on Las Vegas Boulevard, right past Charleston. And that is owned by Rick that owns Pawn Stars. And they have the best barbecue in Las Vegas. I guess it's been voted that many, many years. But they have that at 8:07 p.m. every Wednesday night. I have headlined that show for many years. And it's a small show. It's a great show. I think I'm going to probably try to get you guys on that next week or the next week.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Krum. That'd be great.
My friend Steve McAnally runs that show, and it's always fun and it's always packed. And the food and drinks are great. And decent price, too, as well.
There you go.
Vegan?
Is it vegan? It's barbecue.
They might have some vegan options. I'm not sure.
And then you were telling us a little bit about yours. Is it a podcast, a radio show?
Yeah.
You
I'm glad you brought that up. Okay. So
Now she takes the mic.
here, take my puppet. No,
My puppet.
how dare you touch my sock? That was a trick question. So I started a podcast. I've been a hairdresser for almost 27 years, and I've been a comic for almost 15 years. So I decided to mix them together. I started a podcast. I do it right there in the window, and it's called Off With Their Hair. So I interview comedians while I cut their hair. So I ask them about their careers, their lives, all sorts of stuff. But also there's a little side thing to it because there's certain comedians that are bald or they have crazy fades or whatever that I can't do. So I'm going to be giving them manicures and pedicures. So that is launching on March 1st. And anyways, but follow me, follow Off With Their Hair or OWTH podcast on Instagram, Facebook. We're actually going to have a OnlyFans page for it too. Because hey, why wouldn't you want to make money? And yes, there's not going to be any nudity unless it's feet. So hey, if you've got a foot fetish, come on down. But yeah, so it's like I interview comics while I'm cutting their hair, and we actually might take it on tour because I've been doing hair for so long. I'm grandfathered into every single state, and I can go all over the country with it, all over the world with it. But yeah, it's really fun, and I love that. Just like hairdressing, every client is different. Everybody's hair is different. Everybody's story is different, and everybody's comedy career is different. So yeah, please tune in. Angie Krum, Krum at Krumshots, KRUMSHOTS on Instagram. I haven't created a TikTok yet, but I am creating a TikTok for this podcast, and I will be promoting the heck out of this as well. 702 Sports, Creation for a Cause. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
And thank you for having me on. I'm going to be a regular character, and so is Ollie, because Ollie knows more than I do.
So now we're going to talk about March Madness. March Madness is such a big venue.
In Vegas.
Totally big. You got people come. First of all, it's near spring break.
Yeah.
Right, spring break. Everybody's coming here.
Bomb.
They're watching your favorite. We got colleges, Arizona State, right? We've got, but the greatest thing about March Madness are the tournaments. The conference tournaments.
It's just so crazy here in Vegas. I
Mountain
love
West
it.
tournament, Big West tournament. Those tournaments that you have to win to get your seed to get into the tournament, into the big dance. So, asking that, Connecticut lost last night.
Yeah.
Number 1 team in the country. How did they lose? So, will they still have their number 1 ranking? I think they will, because really no one's close to them. They won it last year, remembering, guys. So Connecticut won. They're the number 1 team. They're going to have the number 1 seed out of the East. Seth, do you have any college basketball knowledge? If not, start looking into it now. Into these conference tournament games coming up.
Yep. I mean,
that's what's big.
I'm riding with Tennessee.
Tennessee's been strong.
Houston, because I like Mattress Max, so I love Mattress.
Oh my goodness, Houston was real strong. Houston's ranked 3rd in the country.
Yeah, they look good. They look really good.
And they look real good.
But I think it goes back to you're talking about UConn, what they do in the tournament versus
now.
I think will have an impact. Do they go out right away? That can impact their number 1 seed. Do they go deep in? And what's their body?
Who was the team that got busted early? Was it Kentucky last year that got busted pretty early?
Kentucky lost early.
Kansas,
man.
I mean, or maybe not last year, but a lot of years, Kansas, Arizona.
Kansas loses
There's
early.
teams that
Arizona
notoriously
loses early.
end up losing kind of early.
If
but-
people have never been to Vegas for March Madness, man, it is absolutely insane. I mean, it's a place where like a lot of like college reunions show up there. All the buddies get together, they haven't seen each other for years. They make a whole weekend out of it just to see that fan base. I think it was Kentucky.
But all the
And they
sports books
lost
are
early.
full.
Oh my
Every
God.
sports book on the Strip, even local sports books are filled.
There's no busier time in Vegas than March Madness.
And it starts Wednesday. It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 5 days of the first round.
It's just every
And
fan
then
base
it
is
goes
there.
on to the second week.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So, I mean, bring your money, save your money, save your alcohol appetite, get healthy, and get some Jersey Mikes. Come see Chester, get some Jersey Mikes in your system, right? And let's get ready to win some money, because 702 is going to be there.
So I want to ask you, are you a college basketball fan? And if so, do you have a team you're kind of looking at this year?
I never really kind of follow. I hate to say it, man. I never really followed college sports, but my daughter goes to UNLV. Wow. I'm gonna throw it all the way back to the.
Man, those were the days, man.
So let's
Those
go back
were the
to
days.
UNLV. Yeah.
I don't know if UNLV will ever get back to those days, but
Yeah.
That's great. I didn't know your daughter. My son goes to
Stacey
UNLV.
Ogman.
Larry Johnson, Stacey Ogman,
Yeah.
Anderson Hunt. I met Anderson Hunt.
Yeah.
Great guy. From where? Detroit.
I mean, UNLV basketball can get on the up and up. Their football team did great. I mean, went to the Mountain West
we were at the Mountain West
They
Championship.
didn't win it,
702
but you know.
sport. Were we not there in these?
Let's not bring that up.
We were there, and these was on the sideline filming everything.
Great times.
Big Al was in the press box doing the presser, and it was great. They lost to Boise State.
They got
Hounded by Boise State.
That's right.
So if you look at episode 13, that same episode that we did the band, Crashing Wayward, episode 13, that was our best show ever. You will see the Boise State, you'll see Crashing Wayward, you'll see Big Al at the 66th Annual College Football Hall of Fame, interviewing with my guy, Tim Tebow, Dwight Freeney, Coach Roy Kramer, the oldest college football coach ever there. Thank you, Coach Kramer. And it was just awesome. That was great. It was early December, I think December 5th. Right, Denise, right, Olivia? We were there.
It was the first day of Jersey Mike's in Chester, too.
Yeah!
So I want to ask. I want to ask you, Big Al. Is there a college basketball team you kind of root for? I'm trying to remember if you said who's your squad.
In college basketball, I like Arizona. Something about Arizona. Miss Krum, Big Al got some Arizona flavor for him, okay? I like the Wildcats.
What about you, Seth?
I'm definitely not
Arizona Wildcats.
Who do you root for, Seth?
As an ASU guy, I would never root for Arizona. I don't really have a team. I mean, I don't root for West Coast teams, even though I'm from the West Coast. But this year, I'm rooting for Tennessee. I don't know what it is about Tennessee.
Tennessee is a strong team.
But I
They're
don't
ranked
have a
fifth.
team.
They're ranked 5th or 6th in the nation, but honestly, I think my prediction, because Ollie told me that Houston Cougars, who's ranked third in the nation, Houston Cougars is gonna win it all.
I can see it.
Question.
Houston Cougars.
Heck yeah, they are.
Houston Cougars.
Hey, going back to football, guys, real quick. How did you guys think that Vegas handled the Super Bowl? I thought they did an amazing job. I thought Vegas is literally the perfect
They
place.
said they had the most alcohol sales, right? Ever.
Oh, I'm sure, but like, I just thought like,
Be proud, Vegas. Be proud.
Like.
Does that mean it did well?
well, yeah. I mean, look. Formula One was low key a disaster for Vegas.
Actually, we talked about that a little bit last week,
But-
Seth. But I think everything I had heard, sports media, CBS talked about it Sunday morning. They talked about. I'm trying to remember some of the people that were on that show. But they mentioned New York City being a certain, kind of everybody thinks about New York being able to host big things. They said it does well, but Vegas, they said there's no place in the United States, probably in the world, that can host an event like the Super Bowl, like Vegas.
It's on the
So
strip.
I think Vegas did well, though. All week really showed something that going forward can be proud of. And
I meant Dan Marino, so I'm
But
happy.
guess what though?
Yeah, I get it.
There's something I didn't tell you guys through the grapevine.
What's that?
Yeah.
What?
Guess what I found out was coming here to Vegas?
Oh, tell us.
The Daytona 500.
What?
Swear.
Yes. You didn't hear that through the grapevine?
I did not.
The Daytona 500.
Shake and bake, baby.
Stand me if I could be wrong, but I was watching our local news and they said the Daytona 500 will be here. Stand me
I didn't
be
even know
corrected.
what other places. I thought it was always in Daytona, Florida.
It's
We're gonna have a NASCAR series
They're
here.
thinking about having it here. So stay tuned to 702 Sports. And I'm just gonna leave you guys on that thin line, that thin thread right there.
But to all our listeners, guys, don't forget, subscribe, like us, follow Crashing Wayward, Angie Krum, every social media page.
And me.
Yep, and Rylee, of course, too. So make sure you subscribe, hit that smash button. Thank you guys so much. Big Al, take it away.
Oh, we'll have
Never
something
mind,
great for you
I
next
miss you.
Wednesday. Stay tuned.
Mom,
Great show. Thank you for
love
joining.
Here.
Goodbye.
Yay!